Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the End of Day Report with yours truly, Dex the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com, home of the world famous PulseWave price trigger reports that we place in your hands each and every trading day. Well, the holiday is over with, and we are now back to business in these markets. And I think we pretty much shook off the holiday jitters that the market was under. And we got one more bump in the road to overcome, and that's the big employment number on Friday. So let's get through these charts. We have a lot of charts to go over. All right, so first and foremost, this here is the E-mini S&P 500. As you can see here, we had this rally alert from last week. I'm sorry, not rally, crash alert from last week. We got all that downside production, and now we have a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. It looks like the initial target of the trend line support did hit. And now this is a buying opportunity to see the market get back up yonder. And this is the first big test of this bull market to see if it is strong and if it can maintain and survive the pullback correction. So this is a really good spot for the market at this time. So I think right now the market's letting you know that it looks like we're going to start seeing the trade to the long side of the market. So this could be an exciting time, especially if anyone missed out on any initial rallies. All right, so the Dow futures too, crash alert, got down to the trend line support. We're looking for a rally alert here for tonight into tomorrow's trading as well. Switching over to the Australian dollar. All right, you see we had the crash alert from last week. We got more downside production this week, and we're looking for this one to get to near that trend line support as the initial target. So the trade is still to the short side of the market in the Australian dollar. All right, moving right along, taking a look now at the Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar right now, the trade is still to the long side of the market. The overhead trend line resistance is the initial target on this one as well. All right, let's see here. All right, this right here is the US dollar index. All right, US dollar index right here. And as you can see, the trade is still to the long side of the market on this one as well. Overhead trend line resistance is the initial target for the US dollar index. All right, moving right along here, we got now the euro dollar. The euro dollar, the trade is still to the short side of the market. Trend line support is the initial target on this one. All right, next we have the euro yen. The euro yen, the market bias is still to the sell side of the market. Market got a nice little pop today, setting up for tomorrow's next leg down. Trend line support is still in play as the initial target on this one. Moving right along, this next one here is the British pound. We have a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading on the British pound, as it looks like the test of the trend line support has done well. Next, we got the dollar yen. Dollar yen right now, the trade is still to the long side of the market as we're testing the overhead trend line resistance. I think we're going to get that final push through that the market is looking for. So as of right now, the trade is still to the long side of the market until it isn't. All right, moving on to the next one here. We got the Mexican peso still operating under the rally alert. So the trade right here, the market bias is still to the long side of the market as we're looking to see if the market is going to give us what we're looking for here. Now, this is a secondary rally alert, so it only really has like maybe 2 days to manifest. If it does not, then the chances are is we're going to get another crash alert, as right now the test of the double bottom seems to be playing out as of right now. All right, the market did reverse lower today after yesterday's rally alert, but this is just day one. I still think the market wants to come back up here and test the top of this trend line resistance. We'll see. We shall see. But as of right now, the market is trying to build and test a very key support area in the Mexican peso. Next chart is nat gas futures. Have a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading on nat gas futures, as it seems that we have now put in a temporary bottom. I know the last one that we did here failed, and then we got another crash alert and we got downside production from it. So right now it's looking like the market wants to try to give it a second go. Looking like the support has been met and the market wants to try to defend itself at these current levels. All right, next one we got here is the New Zealand dollar. All right, market bias is still to the sell side right now. Trend line support initial target has been met. Secondary support target is now in play. So on this one, the trade is still to the sell side of the market, selling rallies. All right, next up we got the South African rand. So this market is still operating under the rally alert that we had back here. Market did sell off today. Overhead trend line resistance target was met. We'll see if we get a retest of that, or what is the market going to do? It's been really trading sideways, not really going anywhere. And it looks like we're trying to build a base right here. The question is it a base for a reversal and we get a rally from here, or is this a base setting up a leg down, a big sharp leg down that's coming? So we're on top of it and we're watching it. We're watching the intraday price inflection points. But for right now, the market bias is still to the buy side. I think we're going to get an explosion like we did here. We built that base and then the market gave us that explosion that we were looking for. So I think that's still going to happen at this point. So still watching it, still waiting to see what happens. But I do think there's a good chance that the market does try to put in a bottom and a rally from here. So that's what we're watching right now. All right, the next one we got is Apple Computer. We have a rally alert on Apple for tomorrow. Looks like the test of the trend line support has held up, and now Apple looks like it wants to bounce and rally from here. I know you got a gap back here down yonder that you ain't do nothing about, but we'll see. Do we bounce and get another test and fail and then come back down, and that's when we fill the gap? Or is it going to not give us any upside production tomorrow and instead fall down immediately and fill the gap? Hard to say right now. We just have to wait and see. All right, so the next one we got here is ADA Cardano on the crypto side. We have a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading on the ADA Cardano. I think our initial target here is the trend line resistance. We'll see how far we get on that one. But right now, the bias has switched from the bearish to the bullish side of the market. Next one here is Amazon. Amazon has a rally alert for tomorrow as well. Looks like a successful test of trend line support. So market bias is to the buy side of the market now. All right, Bank of America, rally alert for tomorrow in Bank of America. Looks like it's like the banking and financial sector is going to try to participate on the next leg up. So rally alert for tomorrow in Bank of America. E-mini S&P 500 has a rally alert for tomorrow as well, coming off of a test of the trend line support. So this is a good moment now for the U.S. stock indexes to see if the successful pullback test of trend line support is going to hold for these stock indexes. Next, we got gold futures. All right, so gold futures right now, the trade is still to the long side of the market, buying pullbacks. All right, as the market is building a support around the trend line support area. So right now, the bias is still to the long side of the market, and we're patiently waiting to see when that next spark is going to come. Taking a look at the NASDAQ 100 futures, we have a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading on the NASDAQ off a successful test of the trend line support as well. Crude oil futures also has a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. Overhead trend line resistance is the initial target on that. The Russell rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. Now this one overshot the trend line support a bit and stopped right at the top of the Kumo Cloud support. So this one's looking like it wants to try to get back up to maybe 1550. So rally alert for the Russell. Silver futures, the market bias is still to the long side of the market with pullbacks being bid, as you can see here. So we're waiting to see what the next spark is going to be there with this one as well. It's all due to momentum or lack thereof. Corn futures has a crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. Trend line support is the initial target on that one. All right, soybean futures, the market bias is still to the long side of the market. As you can see here, still putting in new highs with no end in sight. And look at these, look at the rally alerts back here. Just incredible, massive upside production in these soybeans. All right, wheat futures, all right, market bias is still to the sell side of the market right now. All right, getting a lot of downside production from these crash alerts. And looks like the trend line support is the target that is in play at the moment. All right, here is the Dow futures. We have a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading off of a successful test of trend line support. Let's see if it holds for these stock indexes. Next, we got the Australian dollar. Right now, the market bias is to the sell side of the market, with the trend line support being the initial target on this one. All right, next up, we got the Canadian dollar. All right, market bias is to the long side of the market. Trend line resistance is the initial target on this one. All right, next up, we got the, well, I already did the dollar index. But yeah, this is the dollar index. I think I already did this one, but the market bias is to the long side of the market. Trend line resistance overhead is the initial target on that one. All right, and then here's the euro dollar. Market bias is to the sell side of the market. Trend line support right here is the initial target. Next up, we got the euro yen. All right, market bias is to the sell side of the market. Market had a nice little pop up today, which I'm sure bears were feasting for, and should be able to bring the market back down tonight into tomorrow, with the trend line support being the initial target there. Next, we got the British pound. We have a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading after a successful test of trend line support. Looks like the market wants to prove that it's a strong bull market. Let's see what happens. All right, dollar yen right now, the market bias is to the long side of the market, with every pullback being bid. Overhead trend line resistance is where the test is currently at, as the market is trying to build. And I think we're going to get enough. If we can get enough of that momentum, we can push right through that and get back up there to around the 108 to 109 level. We'll see which way the market moves. All right, Mexican peso. We're still operating under the auspices of the rally alert, even though as of right now, technically, the market bias is still to the sell side of the market. What we're waiting to see is if the market is going to stop and pop here and get back up to the trend line resistance. If not, then we'll probably have to be patient and wait for another few days until we get a primary rally signal to see what's going to happen there. All right, next up, we got the Nat Gas has a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. Look like the pullback seems to have done its job, and I think the market wants to try to get back up now and prove that it is in a healthy bull market. All right, here is the New Zealand dollar. The market bias is still to the sell side of the market. Looks like we had a successful test of trend line support, and that's the next target would be the bottom of the Kumo cloud. And I think we're going to get even more downside production. We've been getting a lot of good production on these crash alerts. All right, here is South African Rand. You can see that, just like the others, trying to build up enough momentum to push through the overhead trend line resistance. All right, we did that one. We're going in circles here. Hold on here. Okay, here's bonds. Let's pull up the bonds. All right, so here's TLT. All right, the market bias is still to the long side of the market. Overhead trend line resistance is proving to be very resistant. We need a lot of momentum to see if this market can push back up and through it. I mean, this one has had quite the production on the sell signal, right? So we got a lot of downside production there. All the rallies were sold off. Now the market's trying to put in a bottom and get some upside production from it. So right now, market's kind of stabilizing, but it's doing it below the trend line resistance. So it's trying to work itself out some things. So we'll see what happens. But right now, it seems like all pullbacks are being bid up in the market, and that's what's keeping everything afloat. If you take a look here at Tesla, after getting hit hard, whoops, sorry about that. We got a rally alert for tomorrow for trading on Tesla. All right, and I think that this was a nice successful test of the trend line support. So that target has been hit, and now the market wants to try to prove that it is also in a healthy bull market and that it can rally from here. That's really the big test: is can the markets truly rally from here? You know, when you test that trend line, that's your first test, but then you got to prove that you can rally from off of it. All right, here's Facebook. Got a rally alert for Facebook tomorrow as well. It didn't get all the way back to the trend line support, but it is facing out at the current levels. So it looks like Facebook wants to try to do something, but we're not out of the woods yet because of the gap back here. So either this market's going to take off temporarily and fail up here and then pull back and drop and fill the gap, or we won't get any upside production, and tomorrow we'll probably just fall and immediately come down here and close the gap and base out at the top of the Kumo cloud before rallying back up above trend line. So we'll see. This is setting up to be very interesting in a lot of these markets. Take a look at your gold miners, GDXJ here. Pretty much a similar setup. All right, this market's trying to get its bearings, as you can see here. All right, so you have a rally alert for this one for tomorrow. Built a nice little base at the trend line support, and I think this one's ready to try to prove itself also. All right, let's see here. What else we got? Gotta find it. Oh, here we go. All right, so gold futures. All right, looking at your gold futures. Right now, the bias is still to the long side of the market, with every test of the trend line support being bid back up again, which is what you want to see in a mature bull market. Mature bull markets can sustain tests to their support, and that's what you want to see. All right, silver is doing the same thing, basing out. And right now, the market bias is to the long side of the market. All right, we came off of this sell here. We got that nice downside production. Now I think the market is ready to go. It's been fighting, and I think it's ready to try to pop and show us a little something, something. All right, so let's see here. Let's find, where is it? My stuff is not in order. It's just whatever comes up, but I want to, okay, here we go. All right, so here's Apple. All right, so Apple has a rally alert also, okay? You can see this. Market based out here around the support. Now we got that rally alert for tomorrow. We still got this gap down here to deal with. Market could, like I said, probably fail here, go up and fail, reverse and fill the gap and then go back up, or it can just not give us any upside production, reverse down, close the gap, and then shoot back up. So you're at a crossroads in a lot of these. They can do a lot of different things before they just, you know, peter out or just give up. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so let's see. All right, so beta shares. Okay, this is a bear ETF. We're looking at the Australian market. All right, so on this one, all right, on this one, we kind of been flip-flopping here. We had that rally alert, got no production. Instead, the market reversed and fell down. Now we have a crash alert for tomorrow in the BBOZ, which is very interesting how the market's been flip-flopping a little bit, which is not uncommon under certain market conditions, so it's understandable, especially when the markets are trying to decide what they want to do. This one's been in a protracted bear market, as you can see, just straight down. And now the market's trying to pick itself back up again. All right, it's trying to pick itself back up and decide what it wants to do. Now it's consolidating up in here, getting a little crowded. Can't really decide what it wants to do. So these are interesting times, ladies and gentlemen, when the markets tend to do things that are weird, like all these gaps. Look at all these gaps, both here and here. And then you had another one here, and then you got this one here, this one here, this one here. This thing's all over the place. It gaps, seems like it gaps up and down every day. So this one's a little messy. But as of right now, market bias for tomorrow is to the sell side. This is a weird one. If you don't get any production tomorrow on that one, I would suggest probably, just sticking with the weekly instead of the daily if you are a subscriber to the PulseWave reports. And I think that'll keep you on the right side, whichever way the market finally decides to break. All right, let's see here. What else we got? All right. We got ASX. Okay, let's see here. Wait a minute. I hit the wrong thing. I'm sorry. Hit the wrong thing. Hit the wrong thing. All right. All right. Let's see here. Let's take a look at Slack. I heard them in the news. Let's see what's going on here. All right, so, oh wow, nasty chart, nasty chart. Go pulse waves. Okay, so you came into this week with a crash alert from last week, got downside production there. Secondary crash alert got even more downside production. The market paused and had a narrow range inside day, which set up for the next leg down. And then we got even more downside production. So the crash alerts are working in mysterious ways on this one. If you shorted work and you took that alert back here, man, you sitting pretty in profit. I would go ahead and take some of that money off the table because you've created this massive gap that could be filled as early as tomorrow. I don't know, but right now the market bias is to the sell side of this market. When you see these gaps, still there's going to be back and filling. So move with caution. Follow the system if you are a subscriber. Follow the report to a T. All right. Let's see. Next we got. Let's see here. All right. Let's see what this next one here. Roku. All right. So on Roku. All right. So Roku has. It's operating under a rally alert. Came into today for a rally alert. We got that narrow range inside day. So this is day one, but you're still under the auspices of a rally alert with market bias being to the long side of the market on this one. All right. Let's see. Next we got. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. All right. So let's see here. Let's do this. All right. Put this one in. Then let's see. The next one we got. All right. These will be my last ones. Okay, so the first one here is a Litecoin. All right, so Litecoin has a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading, with market bias being to the long side of the market. The trend line resistance is your initial target, along with the bottom of the Kumo cloud as well. So bottom of Kumo cloud, between here and your trend line resistance, is your initial target. That's the range that you have for your initial target on this one. All right, next we got the QQQ. All right, so the QQQ, the NASDAQ 100, has a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading after a successful test of the trend line support. And then last but not least, we got Ethereum. Ethereum has a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading as well, looking to fill the gap here. And I think this was probably going to get up to, it's going to try to at least get to 420. And it may fail once it gets to about that level. So just be prepared for that. All right, but definitely follow the report on that. All right, folks, so there it is. We did mad charts again today. For those of you who don't know, man, PulseWaveTrading.com, we're running a surprise for you this week on the website. If you go to PulseWaveTrading.com, you'll see what I'm talking about. We got a little surprise going on there for you for the week, and you want to definitely take advantage of that. This is our Bitcoin week. We're celebrating Bitcoin this week, and we got Bitcoin specials and stuff going on. So and activities, you don't want to miss that. Check that out. Also, I made a special long-term outlook report on Bitcoin with the end-of-day report last night. So go ahead and check that. It is titled Long-Term View of Bitcoin to make it easier for you to find. All right, and with that being said, you guys, you know what it is. You know what it is. Bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I'm out. Peace.